Sunday and welcome back to my channel. This week we are going to be adding on to our beautiful summer DIY Tablescape mini series. We're going to be making a DIY tablecloth with some really pretty painted floral details. We're also going to be making little clay flower frogs that help to kind of separate your flowers when you have them in a bouquet on your table or just on display in your home. These are really fun, easy DIYs that you can do with not a lot of supplies that are going to make a big impact on the look of your table, whether you're doing it when you have guests over or just have as a really pretty table setting in your house for you to enjoy. It's really going to help to kind of step up that decor and make it a little bit more seasonal, a little bit more bright and fresh, and just kind of tie it in with your space. If that sounds like something that you're interested in making with me, or if you just want to hang out with me while I create these projects, then make sure to stick around and watch this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos every single week. I put them out every Sunday, and we are going to get right into it. Alright guys, so the first DIY that we're going to be making today is going to be our DIY flower frog, and that is basically a little clay piece with holes in it that you can put on top of your vase to separate your flowers so that they don't just all bunch together and you can have them exactly where you want them to be. And this helps to make your floral bouquets just a little bit more stylized and kind of placed rather than just clumped together, so it looks a little bit more intentional. And it also makes it so that you can see each individual flower. None are being hidden by big leaves or other flowers in the bouquet. I'll put a picture on the screen of what they look like. They're so simple. It's the easiest DIY to do, and it's going to make a big effect on the look of your bouquet wherever it is in your house, whether it's in a table setting or just in your home in general. We're going to be making one for this medium size vase that I have. You can make it for any size vase that you want, any shape vase. It really doesn't matter because you can make it completely custom to what you have already on hand. And you really don't need a lot of clay for this, so if you have some leftover clay, then this is the perfect DIY to kind of use that up. I'm just going to be making one today because I tend to only have one bouquet of flowers out at a time. We're going to cut off a little piece of clay. I have this giant hunk of clay that I'm going to be using today, and we're just going to use a small piece of it. Typically, the brand of clay that I use is called DOS, and I'll link that for you guys. It's really good, super easy to work with, and also really easy to store if you don't use it all. This is a different brand. I've never used this before, but we're going to give it a go. So we're going to start by just cutting off a chunk of our clay and rolling it out. Okay, let's see if I can do this without making a huge mess. I just have a little X-Acto knife and I'm going to try and score it and break a piece off. Okay. All right, cool. Not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to take these two little bits right here because I kind of think that'll be enough, and we'll roll it out, and then if we need more we can add to it, but I think this will probably be enough for the size that I have. So I'm just going to start by kind of mashing them together, and then we can roll them out as one piece. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be enough. Okay, so definitely sticking to the cutting board, so I would suggest parchment paper. I'm gonna go swap mine out for parchment paper so it sticks a little less. Okay, this will be better. I also got a little cup of water because that's gonna be really helpful in kind of smoothing everything out. Just kind of dipping your hands in and smooth it out. So it doesn't need to be perfect, just roughly about the same thickness all the way through. And then once you get the size that you'll need, which this will work for us, you can decide the shape that you want to do. So a lot of times you see people do these with a circle shape, but you could really do any shape that you want. So I think it might be kind of cute to do a flower shape because it is going to hold flowers. And then once it dries, we could paint it to just have it be one solid color, or you could make it look like a flower or all different colors, whatever you wanted to do. I'm going to cut mine out to be a flower shape, and I think I'm going to roll it just a little bit bigger. This is the size of our vase opening, so I want to cut my petals to be bigger than this so that it doesn't fall in and it supports the flowers. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and just kind of lightly trace where I want to go. That way I can change my mind if I need to, and then we can cut it for real. Alright guys, so we have our little flower shape all cut out and good to go. I think it's super cute and I think it's gonna look really good when we get it painted when it all dries. So before we let this dry, we want to poke holes in it so that we can make it a flower frog and it can hold the stems of our flowers. To do that, you need like a paintbrush or a pencil or something like this. Just want to make sure that it's wide enough that your stems are gonna fit, even when you have larger stems. I'm probably going to put mine to the widest part of this and then kind of just move it around a little bit to make sure that it's really wide enough. And you can put as many holes as you want to. It's really your preference on how many flowers you think you'll put together. I would say to put more holes than you think you'll need because you could always not fill them all and just have extras, but you don't want to not have enough, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna hold this in my hand and literally just poke holes where I think I would want them. And keep in mind when your clay dries, it's probably gonna shrink a little bit, so you want them to be a little bit bigger than you think you're actually gonna need. I'll probably do mine that size. I think that'll be good for most flowers, hopefully. So I'm just gonna poke them all around and then we will let it dry. This is what mine is looking like. I put a lot of holes. I did most of them large and then some of them a little bit smaller just in case I have different size stems. I'm just going to kind of smooth this out with some water, make sure that it's not lumpy or anything like that, and also go over the back a little bit. And then we'll just lay it out to dry probably overnight. Tomorrow we can paint it. Alright guys, so next we are going to make our tablecloth while our flower frog is drying. I have this really big piece of natural cotton fabric, and so I want to use this as my tablecloth. I really like the natural color of it and I like the raw edges, so I'm not going to hem mine because I think this looks really cool, and so we're going to keep it. We're going to do some painted pressed flowers on our tablecloth. To do that, I have some little pressed flowers that I pulled from a pack of them that I had. So I got some different ones. They're all very delicate because that's just more the style that I want to go for. I also have some acrylic paint. I am thinking that I'm going to go with black and dark green as my color pattern for the flowers that we're putting on our tablecloth. So I'll make this green a little bit darker with the black. And these are acrylic paints as well. I also have this, it's Delta Creative Ceram Coat Textile Medium. I'll link all of this for you guys as well if you are interested in using any of it. This is a product that you mix with your acrylic paint. You can apply it onto fabric and then heat treat it with like a blow dryer or a heat gun, and it'll dry to be waterproof so that you can wash it in the washing machine. We're gonna mix this in to make our tablecloth washable. And then the last thing I have is just some paper towels to help me transfer the flowers onto our tablecloth. We are going to mix up our colors and add the ceram coat to make it waterproof. We're going to make a pattern on our tablecloth with our pressed flowers. I'm thinking for my tablecloth, it doesn't hang super far over the edges of the table. It covers the sides of the tables, but it doesn't hang any further. I'm thinking that I want to do my pattern down the center of the tablecloth where it can really be the focal point. Everyone will be able to see it really easily, because if I do it on the sides, I don't know that it will be noticed as much. I think I'm just going to do a straight line of my pressed flowers down the center. I think this is going to be really, really pretty and just super special because it's handmade and it's something that no one else has. So I'm excited to see how this tablecloth turns out. I'm going to mix up the paint. We're going to do a little test with the pressed flower to make sure that it transfers well, and then we're going to go for it.
Country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new. The sky fade into the night. With you, my arms, nothing can go wrong. We'll fall asleep on a starlit beach, just us two, somewhere new.
so all you're gonna do is paint over your flower, give it a nice good coat, and be really gentle because you don't want to tear pieces of your flower off. And then once you have it covered, you're just gonna flip it over, place it where you want it to go. So I think I'll overlap this a little bit. Take a clean paper towel and then press it down. And then you'll lift it up and take your flower off. And there you go. Alright, I've decided to add in this warm gray color, which is similar to what's on the fabric already, because I just thought it would mix up the palette a little bit and look pretty. Yeah, gives a little something.
Someone new.
Our flower frog is all dry and ready to go. This is what it's looking like. I think it's really, really cute. It fits perfectly on my vase. It would also fit on a smaller vase if I wanted to downsize it at all. It would probably just hang over a little bit more. So what we're gonna do is paint it, and then you could also glaze it if you want to. I think I'm probably gonna leave it without the glaze and see how it goes and if I need the glaze, and then we could always add it later on. But I'm just gonna put a coat of paint over it. This is a paint sample that I had from painting our front room, so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go with a dark green. I think it'll look really nice with all different kinds of flower arrangements and just kind of blend in a little bit. I'm just gonna paint the front and the back of it, and then we'll let it dry and we can put it all out. This is what the color looks like. I think it's gonna be really pretty.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. We could stay to watch the sunrise, cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Got myself free falling deep into your eyes. You came to me without warning, but I knew why. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while?
Alright guys, well that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed making our DIY tablecloth and flower frog with me. And this also wraps up our mini-series on our summer hosting essentials. So if you missed any of the videos and you want to go back and check them out, you can totally do that. I will list them in the description box for you guys. You can also check them out on my channel. They're the last 3 videos that I've posted. In this mini-series, we made a mosaic serving tray and coasters, placemats, linen napkins, and metal napkin rings. And then in this video, we made our tablecloth and flower frog. It really kind of covers everything that you need to host or set your table with some beautiful decor for summertime, or really any season that you want this decor out for. It's a really fun mini-series. Make sure you check out all 3 videos so you can do all of these really fun DIYs with us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. I put out new videos every single Sunday. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.